Hey GenderqueerChat, it's Monday. This is Matt, and sorry I missed a couple of weeks there, so today I will address the last couple of weeks' questions as well as today's. I'm going to do them super fast, like keep them really brief, so otherwise I'll be here for like 10,000 years. So yeah, the question from a couple of weeks ago was, what are your thoughts on taking hormones or having surgery? So for me this one, I have, of course, as part of sort of the process of coming to terms with my gender identity and working out where I fit in, I have contemplated what it would be like, if it would be necessary, is that something I need to do in regards to taking hormones, and thought about surgeries as well. Surgeries less so, but definitely hormones have been something that I have actively contemplated. I think the short answer to it is where I feel comfortable at the moment. Like, I don't have a significant amount of issues with my body to want to do anything to actually alter it or change it. I think I'm more or less okay with myself. Yes, there is a body that I would prefer to have, a biology that I'd prefer to have, and an experience related to that which I would much prefer to have. But I want, and I've always wanted that in its totality. I guess if I could walk into a magic machine or take a pill that would change me into that kind of person that I would want to be, and everything involved in that, the whole spectrum, then that's something I would definitely do. But I'm not interested in, or don't feel the need or the desire to have parts of that, or some of the effects or results that taking hormones surgery would have. In regards to hormones, what I think I would consider, if it was at all possible, and I don't know enough about the technicalities of it to know either way, but I would like to take a kind of really low dose of hormones that would free up, counteract my natural production of testosterone. And once again, it's not for any kind of physical changes. I'm not interested in any kind of physical alterations to my body, but I do feel like my emotional state and my psyche, and the way that I am, is somewhat restricted by the testosterone that is unfortunately biologically pumping through my veins, or wherever hormones go. I sometimes feel that I'm not able to feel the entire spectrum of emotion, or what I need to feel. I feel like sometimes I feel trapped by that, and that there's something I'm missing out on that I'm not able to access. And if hormones would kind of alleviate that and make me feel a little bit more capable of being me, then that is something that I would consider. Question from last week was, do you think you'll ever have children, or if you have children, are the terms mum and dad a problem? So probably I may be the only one on the channel, but I actually do have a kid. So I have a 14-year-old daughter, and she's fantastic. Do I think I will have more kids? Probably not. I don't think it's something that I necessarily am looking to do. It was always kind of a big part of my identity. It has always been a big part of my identity, but I feel like I've experienced that, and I don't think I'd necessarily be in a rush to do it. The terms mum or dad, my daughter knows me as dad, and that's not a problem at all. I've always been her dad. And interestingly, my experience of having a child informed my gender identity quite a bit. I very much took on and felt naturally inclined to take on a more of a motherly role in a stereotypical sense. I was a stay-at-home parent for many years with my kid, and that felt natural and right. And I wouldn't have changed that for the world. So I definitely took on more of a mum role, and I think my daughter would probably recognise that, even though I'm dad, father, whatever, male word for whatever, and I wouldn't expect her to see that any other way. If theoretically I was to have other children, I think it would probably be more of an issue for me. I think I would look for a term or language to use that was non-gender specific. That language doesn't exactly exist. Like somebody else, I think Christina said, parent is a really good term, but it's not really something that A child could say my parent as opposed to mum or dad, but it's also a name that you call someone. Like you call someone mum or dad, so you can't really call someone parent. Well, you can. It would be kind of weird, but I think I would be less comfortable, now that I identify the way that I do and feel quite strongly about that, I would feel less comfortable if I was to have another child to be called dad or father or the male version of the parent term. So there would be some exploration on how to do that better. And this week's topic is there anything related to your genderqueerness or how it relates to the world that you would like to see change or happen? So I'm pretty comfortable where I am at the moment. I'm feeling really good about myself and really good about my identity. Really comfortable with how I feel inside and how I express that. I guess the only thing I'd like to see change or happen is how that relates to the world. I feel like, and I've mentioned this quite a few times in other videos, including recently when I think we were talking about something recently, dysphoria. My biggest problem is that I don't feel that my genderqueerness, my identity, is particularly visible. I would like to find ways of communicating and to interacting so that my identity, my genderqueerness, was more visible to a broader community, to the people close to me, and was more visible and accepted, and I was able to kind of, do what I need to do. And I don't feel like I'm hiding anything, I don't feel like I'm holding back, but I do feel like it's not recognised by other people, and if I could change anything, it would be how I'm perceived by other people. As for how I get to that point, I'm not entirely sure, and that's kind of an ongoing process. But I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to be able to say, hey, I'm genderqueer, or have people understand or recognise that, and it just be, I kind of wish people could see me as I see me, and have that same degree of, and maybe they do, I have no idea, but it would be nice if I could recognise that other people could recognise how I identify and feel about me the way that I do, with that same kind of, I'm genderqueer, that's cool, that's all there is to it. Excellent. I won't answer any bonus questions because I don't know what they are, and this video has probably gone on for a while. Actually, it's pretty short, but anyway. Sorry I missed a couple of weeks, and I hope this video made up for it, and looking forward to hearing everybody else's topics for this week, and see you next week.